Hi there, it's Martha, and I have warmed all 20 of the Bring Back My Bar. How did I do that? I used every room that I could to warm different scents. So I had this bedroom next door, I had the two bathrooms, I had the kitchen, and I had the open space area. So I used all of those. Some scents I left on for a day, over a day. Some like Happy Birthday, and a few others kind of by half a day. Couldn't smell them as much, so I would switch it out. And then I will say that Vanilla Suede, as an example, is one that I left in the bathroom for 5 days. It you could still smell it on the fifth day, and it was a good scent for the bathroom. So I've warmed all of these. I highly recommend that you watch multiple people. I am just one person with certain scent preferences. My nose will pick up certain things. I will share when my friends were over, I'll share what they smelled compared to mine if it was different. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get started. All right, I put on my glasses because I did put notes that are a little smaller to read than I thought. I create a spread, me and my spreadsheet. So I created a spreadsheet with all of these scents, and just to make sure I didn't forget anything. So starting off with beach, this is papaya, honeydew, and a hint of coconut. This scent I warmed in this bedroom. So it's the larger of the bedrooms, but it's not a huge bedroom. It's just a good size primary bedroom. I should have probably warmed this in open space. This was a 10 out of 10 as far as strength and throw. I used 4 cubes. I probably would have been fine using 2. When I did use the 4 cubes, it was wafting out of the room, down the stairs, kind of into the open space area. So I came back upstairs because I was warming other things downstairs. I came upstairs, opened both of these windows, and closed the door. Would come back in later and just kind of smell it every once in a while, and it was still strong with both windows open. So needless to say, this is a fantastic performer if you like this scent. For me, the papaya really came through. I really didn't get as much honeydew. I got more papaya and some of that coconut. And the coconut is pretty, but I'm not a fan of papaya. So for that reason, this is not one that I'm going to club. But obviously, this one has a lot of fans. Fans meaning people who enjoy the scent. And so I would say great performer. Great performer. I didn't hate it, but yeah, that papaya is a little too strong for my nose, too strong for my liking personally. So that was beach. Now we have Cashmere Pear, and this is notes of white amber, Madagascar vanilla, pear, and red ginger. This one I warmed in the bathroom, and I did switch out my warmers to ceramic warmers, which are performing much better than the glass ones I had. So I'm really happy about that. This is a very pretty scent. It's like a body care type of scent. This is not like and the pear that's in here is not, it's not like a sweet pear. I mean, I really couldn't smell it. So it's not like a ripe pear. I think it's just there to, I don't know. I don't know what the pear's doing because I really struggle smelling it. So I would say this isn't your traditional pear. I'd say this is maybe like an unripe pear, or like the skin, something like that. What I got mostly was that Madagascar vanilla and the amber and the ginger. So the ginger really popped, which makes this, I like it because it's different. So I am going to club this, I think. I said a maybe. I will probably pick up more. I might throw a few in my club. And then this may not last in the club for very long, but I think I like it enough to keep trying it because it is a pretty scent. And I do like the ginger. It's just like it adds a little spice. It adds a little something to it that doesn't make this your typical kind of amber, perfumey, body care type of scent. So, and this performed good. I would say this was like a I'd say 5 is your kind of average scent for a medium space. This was, I think, performed like a 4. That's what I would give it. Now we have Cherry Vanilla. And so Cherry Vanilla is candy cherry, sugared almonds, white chocolate ice cream. I warmed this in the regular sized room next door. I warmed 4 cubes in 2 warmers. And on cold, that white chocolate ice cream made it, for me, smell kind of weird. And although I didn't smell it as much on warm, I would still get it sometimes. And I didn't care for this cherry. For me, this cherry just smelled very artificial. It was like an artificial kind of cherry. I did pick up on the almonds. For me, they were more like a nuttiness, a nuttiness to it. But I just thought it was okay. So this is not one I'm going to club. And I think my friends actually had something different to say about this one. I think I want to say on this one, one of my friends actually said she thought it smelled a little bit like Spumoni. And I could see that. I could see kind of where she's coming from, but I didn't care for the cherry in this one. So for me, this is a no, but it performed well for a bedroom. Okay, Churro. So this is baked pastry, cinnamon, sugar. I love this scent, but light performer. Sad to say, light performer. This is one that I warmed in the kitchen because that's where I like to warm bakery scents. I like them in the kitchen. This had this doughy. It's like doughy, and the cinnamon is like a sugar. It's a sugared cinnamon, not a red hot cinnamon. It smells like a churro, but like a fresh baked. It's still kind of doughy and soft inside. That's what this smells like. So although it is a light performer, I'm putting this in my club because of the scent on its own. I just loved it. I definitely can see how people would like to mix, maybe use this as a mixer, but on its own, it was fantastic. I also got a lot of, not that it has almond in it, but it reminded me of almond croissant. I think that's still that kind of fresh, doughy scent. That kind of, yeah. So that's where I kept, and I do have a bar of almond croissant. So for me, there were some similarities, but without the almond. So if you loved almond croissant and missed it, I think you're going to really like this because there's some similarities to it. But I did really like this scent. Unfortunately, after like 5 hours or so, I really couldn't smell it much. But that's okay. Well, I shouldn't say it's hard to say, well, that's okay. That's fine. But, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. That's why I'm going to club it because I like sometimes to have like a coffee scent and some bakery scents in the morning. So if after half a day, if this is gone, I can also warm other things. I have a lot of wax, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit like, it's fine. But yeah, wish it was stronger, but definitely get the hype, and I will be clubbing it. Okay, moving on to Fuzzy Blanket. I felt like I spent a lot of time on that one. So Fuzzy Blanket is, this is lavender, sandalwood, and sweet honeysuckle. I loved this one. I love this one. This works for me. I warm this in this larger bedroom. I did use 6 cubes instead of 4. So it is lighter. It is on the lighter side, I think. But it definitely, it was performing pretty well with the 6 cubes. So I would give this maybe like a 4 on lightness if you warm it in medium to smaller spaces. This on cold smells a lot like jammy time. On warm, for me, this had a lot more of the stargazing. For me, this had more in common with stargazing than it did jammy time. So if you like that scent, you'll love this, I think. If you don't like that scent, you might not. Or you may not get that note. Again, try watching other people and see if they get some similarities. But my nose definitely picked up on a lot of similarities with stargazing. And I do like that scent, and I really loved Fuzzy Blanket. Just, it is a cozy, I don't know how else to describe it, but there is something cozy and warm, and it is, that note that I'm picking up that's similar to stargazing is a heavier kind of a note. So for me, this I think would be a great like winter, colder nights where you just want to feel comfortable and cozy. And so I really did enjoy that one. And if you can't tell, I'm going to club that one if you couldn't tell by my description. Okay, we're going to move on to Ghostly Greetings. So this is Black Plum, Spiced Berry, and Bourbon. I definitely got more of the plum and spiced berries when I was warming this. I did warm it on a day where I did have the AC going for some of the time, and I did have a window open for some of the time. So I think, and it performed well. So given that it performed well, but not like amazingly strong, probably because of the AC and the windows open. I think this is a scent because it's got they're just dark notes, like the dark plum and the spice berries. You're probably going to warm this in the fall or when the nights are cooler, when you don't have the AC running and windows open. So I think at that time of year, this will probably be very strong. I did warm this in the open space. I don't know if I said that. And I also I didn't pick up as much bourbon on warm. I picked up more of those spiced berries. And I think there's a touch of patchouli or something similar to that. And I want to say, I think in Melted Michelle's video where she kind of goes through the history on her first sniffs, she had more scent notes than what they gave us this time around. And I want to say, I think she said there was patchouli. And I definitely, I think I'm picking that up mixed with the spiced berries. I like it though. I know a lot of people, this is a divisive one. I actually liked it. I can see myself warming this in that Halloween time of year in October. So I will probably be clubbing it for a little while, maybe see how many. This isn't one that I'm going to be drawn to, I think, often, but I think this is one of those bars that during that time of year, I'm going to want to warm it. So I will probably put it in my club for a little while, maybe get some, accumulate some stock of it. And then maybe I'll take it out at some point. But for now, I'm putting it in my club, performed pretty well, and I like the scent. Okay. Let's see. What is next? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So this is sparkling sugar, whipped cream, and vanilla extract. This is a great, great scent. I love the scent. It is like cake batter. It's not so much like fully baked cake. I'm getting much more of a cake batter. I was thinking it was like a marbled cake because I do get a chocolate note. Not everyone gets it. One of my friends, so this was one where we did differ a little bit. She got a lot of whipped cream. I didn't get as much whipped cream. And my other friend did get the chocolate notes that I'm picking up. For her, the chocolate, she said, was more like a chocolate frosting, like a buttercream frosting. On cold, I thought it was like a marbled cake, but now I'm thinking it's like a yellow batter cake with chocolate, some of that chocolate frosting. It's not a lot of chocolate, so if you don't like chocolate, and I'm not one who typically likes chocolate wax, I don't necessarily like that scent, but it's just like a little bit. And you may not pick it up. Some noses pick it up, some don't. But it's just a little bit. It's just there, and it's really, really good. So I really like this. I love bakery scents. It did not perform. It started off strong. It started off really good, I would say, for a bakery scent. But literally hour by hour by hour, it just got less and less and less. So that by the 6th hour, I didn't really smell it much unless I was kind of right near it. So this is a half dayer. This for me, I had a similar experience with like strawberry lemon cake. Was that what it was called? The February scent of the month, where like by the 5th, 6th hour, I really couldn't smell it. So similar experience with this one, but I love the scent and I can see why it is such a popular one. So this is definitely going in my club. And yeah, that was happy birthday. Okay. Let's see here. Now we have Harbor's Edge. So Harbor's Edge is beach grass, flowering raspberry, northern oak fern, and salty musk. So this has a lot to it. I think in the past they would even list more scent notes than what I have here. This one I really liked on on cold. I thought this was going to be like this, underdog kind of a scent that I wasn't expecting much and was going to maybe club it. Fortunately, no, I've changed back. I changed my mind. It's just a lot of saltiness. I pick up a lot of saltiness. I warm this in both my bathrooms, which I think is probably a perfect place to warm this. And it performed very well in there. So I would say this is probably a decent performer if you want to put it in a bedroom. Probably not open space, but it just that I got a lot of that musk, which generally I like. Seagrass a little bit. This has a lot going on. And I just couldn't stop smelling the saltiness. So for me, it was just too salty. Too much of a salty air, so I will not be clubbing this. But if you like those kind of salty scents, you might want to give this one a try because the performance was decent. Okay. Let's see. Hemingway. Hemingway is ripe apples, sandalwood, cedar with hints of spice. This was so good. This was yummy. I warmed this in the open space, so it performed well for open space. The apples in here are cooked apples. They're not crisp. They're not like crisp apples. They're like cooked apples. That's the best description I can give you. Like over this on the stovetop. Is there such thing as stewed apples? I think that's what my mind is telling me. With spices, maybe some nutmeg and some other spices for the fall. I do get cedar. So if you just do not like cedar, you may not like this one. I do get the cedar note, but it just warms it. It just kind of rounds it out and gives us this warm, woodsy, spiced apples, like cooked apples scent. This for me is like a perfect fall scent. I really, really enjoy this. And again, performed well in my open space. I am clubbing this one for sure because I did like the way that it smelled. And I'm picky with apples sometimes. I am a picky apple person. I do not like green apples, so this is more like these cooked red apples. But there was a little bit of a sweetness from them being cooked with the spices. And yeah, so this was a really great scent. So yes, I am clubbing Hemingway. Happy that they brought this one back. Okay, next we have Love and Kisses Minnie. So this is red berries, fresh apricot, and creamy vanilla. So this one on warm, I warmed this in the bedroom next door. I warmed it in 2 warmers, so 2 cubes in each warmer. So maybe that's a little bit more than some people use, but with that amount of wax, it worked very well. So I have that door open. I can smell it coming down the hallway a little bit, not like a lot. It wasn't like powerful, but I can smell it. So I would say this was a moderate to light bar. And I got all of those notes. I got the red berries, I got the vanilla, and I got the apricot. So it was a blend of all 3, which is very pretty. I would say the red berries may have strawberry in it. I was like trying to figure out, because it wasn't like just raspberry. So I think there's some strawberry in here as well. And also the strawberry is like the whole strawberry. Like the kind of reminded me of, what was it called? Vine ripe strawberry or on the vine, something like that, where you get a little bit of the whole strawberry. So for that reason, and I didn't care for that scent, I thought this was okay. On cold, it was pretty. On warm, I got a little bit more of that kind of strawberry on a vine with the raspberries, with the apricot and the vanilla. So I think I like it okay. So I'm not going to club it. I might get another bar or 2 because it is pretty. But for me, I personally prefer just vanilla apricot. I just prefer it without the red berries because it's a very similar, it is to me like that same apricot note that you get in vanilla apricot. So this one was okay. I know I've gotten comments on my YouTube shorts that I've been doing for each bar. So for some, this was very light, didn't perform. For me, it performed well. So again, kind of rooms, the way where your warmers are, the way the kind of draft in the house goes, I mean, you may have a different experience, but it worked well for me. And now we're going to move on to my wish. This is Fig, Violet, and Marshmallow. This one on cold, I felt like the violets, like I wasn't sure about that one. Like I definitely got the marshmallow. I didn't get a whole lot of fig, and I got some of that violets. So on warm, I definitely got the marshmallow. And I would say on warm, and let me backtrack, I warmed it in this bedroom. So I did use, and I think I put it in the bathroom as well. So I think I used 6 cubes in this room. So this was on the lighter side, but that marshmallow it's like a marshmallow cream. It's a marshmallow cream. The violets in the fig it wasn't, what's the word I'm thinking of? Oh, it's not coming to me now. It blended nicely, I guess is the better other way. I think it blended nicely. I liked it much better on warm than on cold. On cold, they weren't playing nice. On warm, they played nice. But I really, really got that marshmallow. I'm on the fence about whether I'm going to club this or not. I think I put here, maybe. That's what I put here. Maybe. I love that marshmallow note. I'm not sure how I feel about the figs and the violet. But it's one that I think will grow on me the more and more I smell it. But I liked it. So I'm on the fence on this one. I really am. Performance was okay. Not for open space. Definitely for medium to small spaces. Definitely will pick up some more. I'm just not sure if I'm going to club it. But I did like that marshmallow scent. Okay, Painted Leaves. Painted Leaves. This is blue spruce, red maple, and golden woods. Wow. This one, I first warmed in the bathroom, and I just put 1 cube in the bathroom, and wow, that one was like a beast in the bathroom with the 1 cube. And again, my bathrooms are tough. Even with the ceramic warmers, they're tough. But so I'm glad I just put in 1. Can smell it coming down the hall a little bit. And then I tried it in open space. Then I tried 1 in the open space because as strong as it was in the bathroom, I go, I'm not going to do what I did with beach and kind of really overwhelm myself where I like have to open the windows and stuff. I'm going to play it safe. So I put 1 cube in kind of the corner of the open space. And this is like an 11 out of 10. This is, if you've seen, is it Spinal Tap? Is a movie called Spinal Tap where it's kind of a fake documentary when they want to put the volume on 11, and it's like volume usually only goes up to 10. This is like an 11. This was so powerful. Even with that 1 cube, it filled up that corner of the room. I mean, it was flowing into the open space area. So, for me, that was just right because I don't think I love the scent. It is very woodsy, very, very woodsy with all of those, the different, was it the spruce and the red maple? It's not maple like bakery maple. It's not maple syrup. It's like the tree. So you definitely get the woodsy notes from those different tree scents. And it's very earthy. This to me was very earthy. Imagine yourself walking in, like a forest with all of the fall leaves, all of those different colors, the reds and the golden colors and the yellows and oranges. And it's like the ground is covered with leaves and maybe it's rained recently. It's not necessarily wet leaves, but it's kind of like maybe a little wet, right? Like a little damp from the dewness, like the colder weather in the morning dew. That's what this is. This is a walk in the woods with all of those scents of the trees and the leaves in the fall. So this is a fantastic performer. Definitely start out with a lot less than you normally would. So you just don't like blow yourself out of the room. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I like the scent kind of. Because I think in the fall, this is a great fall scent. I just don't know that I love it enough to club it. And you don't need much. So I might just pick up another bar and then, you know, just have it. And I would definitely not do more than 2 in my open space. Or maybe, you know, 1.5. So yeah, I can see why people like it, but I can also see why some people, this is not for them. So Painted Leaves, that's my thoughts on that one. All right. Kind of on the opposite as far as strength, we have Plum and White Woods. This is Raspberry Preserves, Damson, Plum, and Vanilla Orchid. This is a pretty scent. It is another one that is like a body care type of scent. I warmed it in this bedroom, and I used 4 cubes. No, 5. I used 5 because I do remember why now. This was one where I had 2 cubes and 2 warmers, and as it's melting, I wasn't getting a whole lot from it. So I figured I'm going to add a third and see what happens with this one. And unfortunately, it just still really remained very light. Not like I have to stand over the warmer kind of light, but I'd say like a 3. 3 out of 10. For me, this one just was really light, but it's such a pretty scent. It's not woodsy, so the white wood is not like a woodsy note. It was just, I get more of the plum and the raspberry preserves, but it's not overly sweet. So maybe that's what the white woods is doing, which is really, I think, what was it? Vanilla Orchid? Is that what it was? Yeah, Vanilla Orchid. So I think it's that Vanilla Orchid is just smoothing it out, so it's not sweet. It's just like body care. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's more like a body care lotion. I will probably get more because I do like the scent, and I'm hoping that maybe this one will cure stronger over time. So I will probably put it in my club and or buy another one. Let's say I'll buy another one in June. I'll buy a few more in June, maybe get a 6-pack of a few of these, and then let them sit for a while and stick it in my club for safekeeping. If let's just say 3 months from now or 6 months from now, I pull this out and it's strong and I love it, it's in my club for safekeeping. So that this is one of those where I like it a lot. I just wish it was stronger. So that was Plum and White Woods. Okay. Rustic Leaves. So this is cedar, oak, musk, wood smoke, and fallen leaves. This is a very strong bar. This is another great performer. Probably I would put this in maybe 2nd place. So I don't know. Painted Leaves, Rustic Lodge, and Beach for me were just 10 out of 10. These are boomers. And this one I said is very strong bar. I only put 2 in my open space because I don't think I was going to like it very much, because on cold, I was definitely getting like this incense kind of smell. That wood smoke was, I don't know. It wasn't a campfire kind of smokiness to me. So this one actually was making me a little queasy. So I did not like this scent. What else did I say? Yeah, I just picked up on that kind of incense smell. So this was not for me at all. But my friend that was over loved it. So again, different people, different preferences. My friend loved this one. Out of all the ones she smelled, out of all the 20 bars, she says, I love this. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. So she took more cubes. I'm like, take some because I'm just probably not going to go through this whole bar. And then my other friend, who was also here the same day, she got the same notes I did. She said this reminded me of like a funeral. And then she's like, I know what it is. This reminds me of Stations of the Cross. So it's that church incense smell. So I'm like, that's it. Yeah, it just reminds me of Catholic school and doing Stations of the Cross around Easter time. And yeah, and it's, for me, it's too much. Too much, made me a little queasy. So obviously it's for some, just not for me. And if you do love that scent, it is a strong scent. So enjoy. Enjoy. This is Southern Sweet Tea. Or you know what? Well, you know what? Kind of slightly out of, let's go with sweet. Sorry. No, I was right. Excuse me. This is Southern Sweet Tea. This is scents of, heirloom peach, orange juice, and white tea. I liked this scent a lot. I really love the scent. Definitely get the peach, but it's a nice peach. It's not like for me, it's not an artificial peach. This was a really nice peach. I had this going in the kitchen area when my friends were over, and they all also liked it. So we may have different opinions about this one, but we all like this one. So I think this is kind of one of those that may be a pretty like a safe safe crowd pleaser. The peach is very nice. It's a peach tea. That's what it smells like. I get some of that orange, a little bit of hint of orange juice, but it's mostly a lot of this pretty peach tea. Performance was okay. I'd say maybe like a 4.5 out of 5. Performance was okay. This was one that played hide and sneak with us. This was also the day we were making wax. So if you saw my Instagram, we were making wax. So I had this going on. We didn't start making wax until like 5. So this was going, and I had put this in at 7. So we could still smell it throughout the day, but it played hide and seek with us a little bit. So there was some times where they're like, oh, we can't smell it anymore. And then they'd walk in a certain area downstairs and they're like, oh, I can smell it right here. So it's, again, just one of those where the way the draft is or the way the airflow is, there are certain spots where you can definitely smell it, others where you couldn't. But I really did like this scent. And it was a decent performer. So that is Southern Sweet Tea. Yes, I'm going to put this in my club because it was a really nice peach. I did like that. So, okay, now, let's see. Now we are moving on to Sweet Pea and Vanilla. This is Raspberries, Sweet Pea, and Vanilla. This one I warmed in the room next door. So, regular size bedroom. I did have both warmers going in there. So I did put 2 cubes in both warmers. And I didn't say what I did in Southern Tea. So I did put this in the kitchen. I had this in 3 warmers. So this is kind of open space as well. So kitchen, 2 cubes in 3 warmers, 2 cubes each. So 6 cubes total. And then, okay, Sweet Pea and Vanilla. This one I warmed in the room next door. And I love this on cold. And I loved it on warm. But on warm, it smells like bubblegum to me. I definitely get this Hubba Bubba, bubble yum, bubblegum type of scent when you have the sweet pea and the raspberry and the vanilla all mixed together. It performed good. I had, with the 4 cubes in the room, so it performed pretty well. I can smell it, filling the room really nicely. I wasn't expecting the bubblegum scent. So even though it smells like bubblegum, and I didn't think I would like a bubblegum scent to be warming, I did like it. I liked it a lot. So I will be buying more of these. I might club it for a little while. So this might be a temporary club. I'll pick some more up of these. I liked it. As weird as that is, I did like it. So that is Sweet Pea and Vanilla. All right, now we have Vanilla Suede. Vanilla Suede is vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and spice. I warmed this in the bathroom, and this is a really good performer. It is masculine, and I got a lot of the amber and suede notes. So I did pick up the suede note. It's a little bit woodsy and a little bit spicy. This is masculine, and this I had it in the bathroom, like I said, and I had it in the bathroom for 6 days, and it was still, I could smell it. And again, my bathrooms are fussy. I can smell this. I put 2 cubes in my little warmer in the bathroom, and it lasted easily 6 days. I think I just changed it out because I wanted to try some other scents in there. But this was this I would say is a great performer. I think this would work well in open space. Not going to last you 6 days in an open space, but if you want to use it in a bathroom, this will last you for a very long time. This scent is probably, I don't know what I think about it. I like it. Like, I do like that kind of suede, musky, amber kind of masculine scent, but I don't know that this is one I'm going to reach for a lot. I don't really think this is one I would put in open space. This I might warm in a bedroom just because for me that would be where I would prefer it. But I don't think I'm going to club this. I'll probably pick up another bar of it, but it's just not my scent preference necessarily. But I'll probably pick up maybe another one because it worked fantastic in the bathroom. But that is Vanilla Suede. Okay, let's see. Next is Watermelon Patch. Watermelon Patch is just like sweet vine ripened watermelon. It's really actually more like Jolly Rancher watermelon. I warmed 2 of these in just one warmer in the room next door, and it just smelled like watermelon. Performed really good in there with just the 2 cubes. So I would say this is a decent, moderate performer for probably smaller rooms. Bathroom, it smells like Jolly Rancher watermelon. Personally, that's just not for me, just my preference. It's just okay. But I could see why some people really like it, or maybe even like mixing it with other things. I might pick up maybe 1 or 2 just to have, but definitely for me, not a club worthy scent. For me. Now we're moving on to White Sand. So this is jasmine, coconut milk, and rice. This one I warmed in the guest room, and I warmed it on the same day I was warming beach. So this one I warmed next door. I used 4 cubes in the 2 warmers, split between 2 warmers. And I'm looking at my notes here because this is like over a week ago. This was on the lighter side. I said I gave it maybe like a 4 out of 10, but I get a root beer float kind of scent to it, which I think is odd. So it's one of those where I'm like, do I like this? I don't know if I like it, but I kind of like it. It's one of those. So I think the rice and the coconut milk create this scent. And the jasmine, I did pick up more of the jasmine, more than I did on cold. It's just not like a sweet, strong jasmine. It is a night blooming jasmine is what the notes say here. So I do pick up some of the jasmine. I did ask my friends about this one because I'm like, what do you smell in here? And one said she smelled more like a tapioca type of scent, which I think could be the rice water, or the rice with the coconut. She said it reminded her a little bit of like my mom's rice pudding or tapioca. My other friend said she could smell like sarsaparilla. I can't say that. Sarsaparilla, which is like root beer, right? It's very similar. It's not exactly root beer, but it's that same kind of sarsaparilla, although it's pronounced sarsaparilla. Anyway, I could be saying it wrong, but I think you know what I mean. It's very similar to root beer. So she got that as well. So I'm glad I wasn't like, my nose isn't broken or crazy or weird. So she got that sarsaparilla kind of note. My other friend got a tapioca kind of note, which is making this whole thing seem odd, but in a weird kind of way, I kind of like it. And I think this may be one where over time, as it cures, could come off a little differently. Maybe I won't get that note in the future. So I do think I might club this for a short time. Let it cure, let it sit, let some of these sit for a while and see if it evolves and changes. So that is White Sands. Okay, Whiteout. So Whiteout is peppermint, sweet golden apple, and winter pine. This on warm, I didn't get as much pine. So if you don't like a lot of pine, strong pine scents, it doesn't have that. If you don't like super strong peppermint scents, not super strong peppermint scent. On warm, I got some of that golden apple, so I could smell more of those golden apples. This is a softer peppermint, not like a, in your face, burn your nose kind of peppermint. It's softer. And then also the pine was softer. So it was just like a hint of that. On warm, I got a mint gum type of scent. So, but I like it. I like it. I find this one to be an interesting peppermint. Even with that gum scent, I think I will club it because I think this might be kind of fun in the fall or in the winter time. Sorry, in the winter time. I use it in this bedroom here. I did only use 4 cubes. So 4 cubes split between 2 warmers, and it performed pretty well. I don't think this is going to do well in open space though, or you might have to use like the entire bar. But I think for a bedroom, this is fantastic. Medium size rooms, it worked really well. Bathroom, I think would work really well. So this was Whiteout. I liked it. I am going to stick it in my club and see how long it stays there. So those were all of them. I'm trying to think if there was something I forgot to say. I want to say there's something I forgot to say about one of these bars, but now I can't think of it. No, can't think of it. So that is it. Those are all 20 bars, and would love to know what you think. I wanted to get this out to you because June 1st, they're all available, and that only gives you a month. It's really until supplies last. So some things could sell out, or they could have more than or maybe not sell, or maybe they produced more than they usually do and may extend it to another month like they did in February. But there's no guarantee, and no one said anything about doing that. So I wanted to get this out because you have a month or less, depending on the scent, but you will have a month to put it in your club. So if for whatever reason, maybe something sells out, you can still put it in your club until the end of June, unless some news comes out that they're extending it. But I really thought overall, I liked a lot of them. So I said out of the 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of the 25 are definite. Yes, I can see these in my club for a really, really long time or forever. And then there was some definite no's. So Beach was a no for me. Cherry Vanilla was a no. Harbor's Edge was a no. Painted Leaves was a no, although I might buy one more bar. Rustic Lodge was a no. That was my least favorite. And Watermelon Patch is a no. It's just, it smells good. It's not that it doesn't smell good. It's just not like, I'm not a watermelon person. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please consider giving me a like or subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It helps other people find my channel, and it would mean a lot if you did. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. And that's it for now. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.